I love you guys. I want to do the game. I took a lot because I'm on camera today. I'm on the side because I have bronchitis, but I still beat it. Yes. Go Jade.
I feel like it was a unanimous effort.
Unanimous?
Yes. I feel like I helped you. Your bronchioles were giving out. I was like, woman!
Really? Like women was uplifting? Are you sure you're uplifting me? Just put on that? Are you sure? What's your name anyway? I didn't hear you say your name.
Oh my goodness. Yes, my name is Winona. I did this by myself one day. Did not say my name until the end.
Yeah. Completely. Because you need me.
I do. I need you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get to do things I want to do. And this is I want to do dance. I want to do dance. Okay, I'm done.
And it's very horrible, you guys. It looks like a really bad Raise the Roof back in the 90s.
I have no word.
I'm on strong medication, you guys. I'm allowed. Don't even act like you have anything in there besides water. In the flash besides water today.
So I reached over the other day. I was like, I bet you there's something in here. And I'm like, oh no, she filled it with water.
I did.
She took my flask.
I did. I filled it with water. Best. I was like, I can't wait till she tries to drink out of this flask and it's full of water.
It did not help the interview at all. I was refreshed.
Okay. So.
Nice books.
Yeah, books.
We have books.
Oh,
really?
Picking ourselves up.
No, that's just
I'm on
sad.
codeine. They give me medicine with codeine.
All right, come on. No,
yeah.
she actually wants to talk. Not with a guest. Okay.
So we have books. And I thought the books were bad with other life lessons. And I thought being grown up was easy. And I thought I could juggle it all.
We thought we could, but we couldn't.
We can't. And I thought I did my journey alone.
It's favorite book.
It is. And I thought okay. And I thought I had it all figured out.
Hollywood, I need this to be a script, a TV play. We already have a docuseries, but I need a play.
She's joking. Okay. And I thought he was the one. Didn't we all?
Sorry.
And the new book.
You have to pass new tags by me. I can't just be surprised.
Cody.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And I thought the Christmas Guide, a sassy sway that leaves crooked footprints. The new series, you guys, excited!
Okay, so we can announce our newest book will be probably in July.
No title yet. It's a mystery.
No, we have a title.
No title.
We don't have a title.
We're gonna keep them in suspense, like dun 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 dun. To be continued.
You can just say like every day. Coming at it.
No, they're not
coming at it.
Addicted. Like that's a lie.
Okay, hold on.
And then we have a magazine, the 25 hottest indie authors, advocates, and artists. Wow, how did I mess that up? I don't know.
Okay, by the way, this is Dr. Noah Charney. He's so cute.
He is so cute. All right, so with all of that being said, guys, check out Just Right in Life on Channel 18 in Sacramento or on Amazon.com. And the ladies page, we go to andrewfort.com. The ladies page down in the middle now. There will be some charities that we probably support, and you can check out our books on Amazon.com, BronzeNova.com, and andrewfort.com.
Also, could you probably support those wonderful works as well? What are they called? Charities.
I already said that.
Yeah. You said we support. No, I want them to support. I ain't giving all my money all the time. Anyway, we have a wonderful guest. Now that I said something rude. We have a wonderful guest, and she's wonderful and polite, unlike me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Latrivia Welch, and I am a USA Today best-selling interracial romance author. And I guess the founder of the Russian romance, Bratva romance, or should I say Bratva romance genre.
Nice. Wait, say that one more time. The Bratva?
Yeah, it's the Russian romance.
Okay, just making sure. I was like, ooh, Russian. Yeah. Great cheekbones. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Come back, Malona.
Come back. Yo, I was just like, I was all in the Ukraine for a second there, like, dang. Anyway, moving on.
So, what started you being interracial romance? Just the traditional romance?
I was writing interracial romance in high school. I used to write books on pieces of paper and pass them around to my friends in homeroom. All the way through college, I dated interracially. And I always was looking for books that identified with me and my situation, and they were few and far in between. At that time, the interracial romance genre was very new, and there were only a few out there doing it, and then sometimes they had to juggle other genres. So I decided when I was at Camp Lejeune that it was time to write, and I was a military wife, and in between volunteering and everything, I said, I'm going to write this book, so I did.
Awesome.
Nice.
So I'm gonna say, like, did you get negative
Can you talk, Winona? Let's start talking.
I'm so sorry. Did you get any negative feedback for writing interracial books instead of being like, why not Black love?
Yes. From the get-go, I received mixed reviews from people. I wrote The Media Closet. A lot of there were quite a few people who were not in support who said, there's no way American woman can be opposite of this super alpha bad boy. They said that it was ridiculous, this, that, and the other. Writing about a billionaire, writing about a 7-foot-tall guy, writing about the mafia. This was something that wasn't happening yet. And so I got a lot of feedback. But I can tell you, negative feedback is positive, in my opinion, because somebody's paying attention. And 9 times out of 10, they had to buy that book.
Okay, so that's what Winona always says. Go ahead and say it, Will.
I always say that haters are better than the people that love you because they keep coming back to talk about how bad you are. And then they other people, and then they got to investigate, could it really be this awful? So then they buy your book. So that's 3 times the people than the people who actually like you.
But we love our fans, though.
We love our fans.
Yes.
And I still hate my haters, but whatever.
Finding it. Yeah, definitely silver lining and everything.
So I have a little more personal question to ask. I apologize. Do you mind answering?
I don't.
Okay. I'm a huge interracial dating person. I've known since I was 7 that I was going to date interracially. So did you get a lot of when you to other people I date interracially? Did you ever have that discussion as to why not a Black man? What's wrong with them, and what can this or person provide you that we don't have?
Asked that question on a few occasions. I was once to a Black man, so I always tell everyone, if who you are is only associated with who you date, then we're all in trouble, right? You as a person have all sorts of preferences in this life. Some people choose to be vegetarian. Some people choose to only do or live, or it's simply a part of your preference. That's dating, style, in general. Everything is about choice. And I always tell people, you have a right to choose. And that's on any level with anything. And dating and marriage is no different, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that. That's what free will is about.
I love it. I love your answer. It's better than mine. I'm adopting it. Yeah, definitely.
I'm absolutely adopting it. Thank you for that.
So do you think you will ever come out of the romance world and write something else?
Well, I actually the process of looking at a few things. I think as you become a more seasoned woman, start to see how your ability to bring truth to power by speaking about things that you see. As an author, you can definitely impact people and maybe change minds. And so definitely looking at it, but trying to figure out if I'll be doing it under my pen name or if I'll be doing it under my name.
You could always just invent another pen name.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. The point is for it out there, right?
Yeah. So since we already know that you might be moving on, I'm a little sad because I got to.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jade has a question.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How did you go from writing books to then being a publisher?
To then being a what?
I was going to ask you about We're going to ask you about publishing. So, how did you get published? Did you do it yourself, or did you go through a publishing company?
When I wrote I Was Fine, I actually, the first time I went through a publishing company, a self-publishing company, and it was financially painful. And I realized if I had a master's degree and a passion that I could do it myself, so I started to research what it would take to be a publisher. I studied for 2 to 3 years, and then I opened up. Now we have over 75 published for a lot of authors. So River House as well as Solange Press have become ways to empower people, not to strip them of their very last dime to get them. So we sort of help people make it to the next level.
So you're a hybrid or a traditional, or do you do both?
Hybrid.
You're a hybrid. Nice. Okay, how much more fun is it to have control over your publishing and then to be able to assist others than, you know, just being the writer?
It's very empowering because Oprah was said, you know, the only way that you're truly going to be successful is to write your own books. And I realized that I had to find what my strengths were and be able to maximize on, you know, and capitalize on all of them. So just writing was never going to be good enough. I needed to be able to control the message. I needed to be able to push more African American women out there. I needed to be able to tell a young woman at 15 that if she writes her book in the middle of her circumstance and everything that's going on around her that's negative, to try to change her mind, that I would publish it and know that I could do that. So being able to have that power to empower others is just important to me as writing.
Exactly. What are you spreading this? Because now I have a frog in my throat.
No, I am not spreading it.
And if it wasn't water, I could like get rid of it.
I can't with you this morning.
So what was it like the day you found out you were a USA Today best-selling author?
I was ready to go to the office. I was the director of communications for a major nonprofit, and I had to go to the Hill that day for a state legislative meeting where I was going to be beaten to death by some legislators for fun. And I got a call from Yvette, and she was like, "We just made the USA Today bestsellers." And I remember, you know, I was going about my normal thing. I had the coffee, I had the pump over, like looking at my heels, wanting them to be house shoes. And I was headed out the door, and I just started screaming. And at the time, my fiance, but now my husband, he comes and running out the bathroom, literally butt naked with his gun. And he thought somebody had attacked me because I was headed towards the door to start screaming. And then when he comes in here, he's standing there soaking wet, looking at me like, I was like, I just made the USA Today. And he was like, what?
You should have told him I was attacked by fame and wealth, and I loved it.
It was awesome. It was definitely awesome.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. Who shared this information with you? I missed that part.
I shared it with. There were several of us. We actually the Scandalous Heroes box set was the first thing that I'd done with Yvette, and then 12 months. 12 alphas, 12 months. We were really excited about it. It's the second time working together. I loved working with Yvette. She's very talented. And so we were the first multicultural box set to ever make the USA Today bestsellers list. So we were making history, not only for ourselves, but for our genre. And it was so awesome, and it never would have happened without Yvette.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
I feel
so
humbled.
happy. Right? You feel humble? Man,
they call me the narcissist of the group. So that's why she's all like, "You feel humble?"
No, apocalypse.
She's not normally this fun.
No, I'm not.
that to be, that had to garner you some serious attention. So what was it like after the success? And then that's my last real question, I promise.
No, it's okay. After this, I think the next step automatically is very ambitious. What's the next level? I immediately started thinking about how do I work on my brand? How do I become a stronger writer, which I've been focused on? How do I get stronger editing? What could I go back and sort of connect with all the people that made it happen? Because you don't ever become USA or New York Times or Wall Street Journal or Amazon bestseller on your own. You write the book, but then you don't turn around and buy all this. So as soon as I got the book, I reached out to every possible fan that I could and let them know we did it, because I felt like this was our success, you know. So now it was just about being better for them, as they entrusted us to take us to the level, entrusted us to do something great, entrusted us to make history. So then it's like all about reaching down and finding somebody else, pulling them up, showing them how they can do it, and paving a way. And you know, it's always got one hand up and one hand down, you know. So, and at the same time, trying to thank everybody and show everybody appreciation, because if they took you there, they want you to go further.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Jade, your famous last question.
Yes, my famous last question is, where can people find you, your books, your publishing house online or anywhere?
Everywhere.
What?
Find us. If you like going to the website to learn more about I am as an author, you can always visit me at LatriviaWelchBooks.com. On there, you'll find a blog, you'll find videos, you'll find a lot of fun stuff and ways that we can communicate. If you're interested in only buying the books, if you're an Amazoner, then you can find me under Latrivia Welch or Latrivia S. Nelson on Amazon. We occupy both of those for you. If you're interested in publishing and you need some help, then you can always go to River House Publishing, LLC, and someone, Megan specifically, will be there to assist. I always try to talk to people who publish with me at least once. So you will be a part, you know, we touch base. You won't just deal with the assistance and whatnot. I mean, I try to make sure that I can spend as much time with you as possible. And if you just want to hang out on Facebook and share crazy memes and videos, you can join us on the Latrivia Welch Red Door Free. There are about 1,000 of us, crazy, kooky women who love to share everything, talk about everything, and you're always welcome to join us there.
Amazing. Thank you
so much for coming on. And we look forward to having you back.
Oh, definitely.
I'm back. And I'm going
You want
to bring my flask.
Can I fill it with water too, so it'll be like a really funny joke for all of us?
No, it'll be funny.
Jade, do you want to wrap us up? We're over time.
Oh yeah, so thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. I'm Jade, behind the camera. Maybe you don't even really hear my voice. And that's Winona. And oh yes. Oh, and you can find everything that we do on andwethought.com, everything your ladies are doing. And just remember, you guys, that wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, guys, from Winona. And one of these days, I'm getting these nails done for real.
And Jade, her nails are gorgeous, but you can't see them. Bye-bye.